So like, what's one of those experiences in the NFL where you're like, man, I understand the adversities are happening for me, but how am I going to grow through this thing?
I feel like adversity is, a part of the growth and it's a part of the journey. And you only could grow when adversity happens, because true character of a man is revealed through adversity.
Yeah.
And in life, if we never went through nothing, then we never really get to nothing.
Yeah.
So for me, the NFL was just a place where you could live out your childhood dreams of being a champion, making millions of dollars to take care of your family.
Another episode of Adversity Kings. We got Mr. Antonio Brown. How's it going, brother?
How you doing, my baby?
I'm doing good, dog. I'm doing good. So how's the day been, man? You having a good day so far?
Today been a blessed day, man. It's been real productive.
Let's go. Absolutely.
Got like 30 laps in swimming.
Yeah.
Got a nap today. Was up late last night. Got up early.
Let's go. Absolutely. So Adversity Kings, man, I like to take everything from the point of origin, where it all started, what was life like, and then we bring it all the way up to the current. So first and foremost, I got to shout you out. I grew up in Pittsburgh, right outside of Pittsburgh and Greensburg. So grew up watching you play, bro. So it's crazy to be sitting here. But man, let's start. So where were you born and raised?
Right here in Miami, Florida.
Right here in Miami, Florida?
I was born at Jackson Memorial Hospital. My family originated from the Bahamas, Cat Islands.
Okay.
I got half of my family in Nassau, half of my family in Cat Islands. And my grandma, Doris King, migrated from the Bahamas here to Liberty City, Miami, where I was raised.
Okay.
On 95th Street and 17th Avenue. And that's where my family originally from, the Bahamas. And we always raised my mom, my uncles, my aunties.
Who were you closest with growing up? Was it mom? Was it dad?
I was raised with my mom. I feel like family, you close with everyone, but life sent us in all different journeys in regards of, my dad was a famous football player. His name was Touchdown Eddie Brown. So my dad, he was away when I was really growing up playing football, but I got a great relationship with my dad, my mom, all my family. So I wouldn't say I'm close with everyone. I'm the centerpiece to my family.
Are you the youngest, oldest?
Nah, my mom has 6 boys. I'm like the second oldest.
Okay.
Out of all my brothers.
Now, as you were growing up, what was the early ages for you like? You know what I mean? When you were in like elementary school, what was that like? Did anything happen that like life started to hit you with any adversity in the early ages at all?
I think for me, watching my dad be a football player, my dad went to Louisiana Tech College. My dad got drafted in the NFL, then left the NFL and played like 13 years in the Arena League and became Arena League greatest football player ever over Kurt Warner. So for me growing up, man, it was all about just trying to be the best football player I could be. I played football at Gwen Cherry for about like 9 years, inner city park here in Port Warner. So I played all the way from like 6 years old to about 14. So I think for me, growing up here in Liberty City, it's a lot of distractions, it's a lot of adversity. But for me, sports was big in my household. So me and my brothers, we used to play football. We played park football almost 9 years. So for me, growing up, it was just being an athlete, being a young adult and just playing with my brothers and just working towards, being in the position I was in right now, being that football player that I became and some of those similar things.
Was there a turning point in your childhood where like something clicked and you were like, I'm going to go all in on the football and like take it to a whole other level? But like what preceded that click? You know what I'm talking about? Like, was there something that happened, some type of adversity, some type of maybe like a high school instance or any type of relationship, anything like that just like created the fire in you?
I mean, I was just born with the fire in me, growing up here in Miami, being from Liberty City, it's not a lot of positive things you could see. I think people come from out of town, see Miami for like a party city, we're having fun. But when you raised here and you growing up in these communities and these opportunities and stuff that you're seeing, it just hardened me for the journey. I think I always have fire in me, but experience adversity within the community, within, adversity is a part of life, but it's just how you handle it. For me, I handle it with just using football as the outlet to be able to not be able to get caught up with the things I was able to see in Miami. I wouldn't say it's something that clicked on for me. I would just say it was something that motivated me. You know, I use football as a way to deal with adversity.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Absolutely. As you graduate high school and then get into college, when you played at college, you were even then, you always had to work your way up. It was almost like you worked your way from reading your entire story and even watching you.
Yeah.
It was always it was like that underdog story, right? So what was that like playing at college, having that label of like underdog and always having to work, probably a little harder than everybody else?
Well, I feel like underdog's only for the politics of what other people think. You know what I mean? For myself, I always was the guy. You know what I'm saying? I came from Liberty City, walked on the... First of all, let me tell you my journey. I graduated from Miami Norland College. I signed a deal with Alcorn State. You know, I went there fresh out of high school in 2006. After that, I went to FIU in the spring of 2007. Before I went from Alcorn State, I went to prep school. You know, prep school was where I got Division I eligibility. You know, to be able to be eligible, you got to pass the SAT. Your GPA got to clear the clearinghouse. So right after high school, I get a scholarship to Alcorn State University in 2006. I get to Alcorn State University. They want to keep me there as a prop. Be like, yo, we still going to pay for your school. You just not going to play, but you can still stay here. I caught the Greyhound from there because I believed in myself more than what they thought that I should. I mean, they couldn't do nothing. Being that I didn't have the test scores, I could have went to school there and then played the following year. But I ended up going to prep school where I could take my test to be able to do what I felt I could, what I believed in myself that I could be able to do, to go to Division I college where every high school kid, athlete, dream, desire to be a Division I player. So to get back to the point, I never was an underdog. I think I was just a hungry dog that just, you know, believed in itself to be able to will myself in the position I want. You know, some things in life may not just happen for you right away, but if you will yourself and work hard and make a plan and make it happen.
That hunger, like it never quenched. You know what I mean? Like it was never like fulfilled. Like even today, it's like you still hustling. You still have a vision. You still have a dream and goal and plan, and we'll get to that. But I'm just so curious on like what separates that hunger from all the other boys and girls in the communities that are growing up in rough communities. Like what separated you from everybody else and helped you elevate to the highest level?
Well, what separated me is I had a plan and I always believed in myself. No matter what no one else said or what no one else believed about me, you know, I believed in myself.
Yeah.
You know, college coaches, recruiters, people in life, they're going to always tell you, man, I think, you know, give you their worries, give you their doubts. You know, I didn't let it affect me in regards of what my goals were.
Yeah.
And that's why I encourage every kid, you know, every person out there, believe in yourself, you know, have a plan, because if you fail to plan, then you plan to fail. And work hard, you know, work hard, you know?
Yeah. What was the hardest adversity you faced in college?
I mean, adversity come with the game. I feel like for me, I don't look at adversity like what the hardest. I feel like, you know what I'm saying? Adversity is meant to make you better as a person. And we wouldn't know who we really are if we didn't really experience adversity. So when I look at adversity, when I look back to college, what was the biggest adversity? Probably just keeping my in my pants, you know, all these girls on campus, all these white girls, you know what I'm saying? They like chocolate. So for me, that was like, you know, I feel like it wasn't a big distraction, but, you know, discipline is key when handling adversity.
Yeah.
You know, you got to have discipline. So I learned early and often being a college kid, you know what I'm saying, to prioritize my life and not let girls be, you know what I mean, the reason or the reason I don't do what I need to do.
I had a mentor. So I've been in the insurance space since I was 18 years old. And I had a mentor tell me there's 3 things that usually take out a young, successful man. He said, first is ego. He said, second is usually like irrational decisions, drugs, alcohol, blowing, just doing stupid stuff. And third, he said, and it's undefeated, is women. It's undefeated.
He's undefeated.
Undefeated, man. Exactly. So as you transition from college into the NFL, were you taken in? Was it the 6th round?
Yeah, 6th round pick.
So you're a 6th round pick.
Yeah.
All the way up to a Hall of Fame receiver.
Yeah.
What is that like?
I mean, that's just a journey of God, man. When you got good faith and you've been blessed.
Yeah.
I mean, it's unique, you know what I'm saying? I don't never really think of it about, I just give a thanks to the man upstairs that, willing me in this position and being able to, have a body of work in regards of my body of work, but, just a testament to God and having favor and then trusting in him and having the vision.
How important is that faith?
I think faith is most important than anything in life, you know what I'm saying? Life is all made of 3 phases: physical, mental, spiritual. So I feel like you gotta believe in yourself, and you know what I'm saying? If you don't believe in yourself, nobody won't believe in you. In the world now is
amen.
Everything to bring you down, the online sites, the people around you. So I feel like the biggest thing is, having a relationship with God, which is your faith, believing in yourself, and having a plan.
Amen. Now, when you're playing in the NFL, and I know all the adversities, all of it happens for us.
Yeah.
What did you experience, or when you're in the NFL, what did you start to experience that like started to shape your mind and started to put you in a position where you started to have to reflect on like, how am I going to grow through this? So like, what's one of those experiences in the NFL where you're like, man, I understand the adversities are happening for me, but how am I going to grow through this thing?
I feel like adversity is, a part of the growth and it's a part of the journey. And you only could grow when adversity happens, because true character of a man is revealed through adversity.
Yeah.
And in life, if we never went through nothing, then we never really get to nothing.
Yeah.
So for me, the NFL was just a place where you could live out your childhood dreams of being a champion, making millions of dollars to take care of your family. And, you know what I'm saying? Just I always dreamed about being one of the greatest football players. My dad was a football player. So for me, I just looked at it as, being better than my dad. You know what I'm saying? Or just being that player I dreamed about being. So everybody wouldn't want, may not one day be a football player, but I encourage people to, go after your dreams, whatever make you happy.
Absolutely. Who was the, I don't know, I'm gonna try to ask, because you played with so many great individuals, but who were some of the favorite people you played with?
It was 3 people that I love watching playing in my whole career. 3 of my favorite most people in the world is me, myself, and I.
Come on.
That's like 3 people, but it's really one.
Yeah, I feel you on that. What was it like playing with Tom Brady?
I mean, you should ask Tom what it was like playing with me. I'm the guy that, make the quarterback look good, but obviously the receiver can't look good without a guy like Tom Brady. And what's special about Tom Brady, he's a leader.
Yeah.
And he's the type of leader that, make everyone around him feel good. So when you got a guy that you play with like Tom Brady who make the guys feel good and a great leader, that's what preeminate championships. So I was grateful in my career to play with a lot of great quarterbacks, i.e. Tom Brady, Ben Roethlisberger. So for me, that was a big part of my job, was having great quarterbacks to make my job easier. So it was amazing.
Now, when like throughout your NFL career, what do you think the NFL can do better just for the players? You know what I mean? When I start to think of like, I don't know how the health things, operate, but like just for players in general, because you'll see they came out with the movie, what was the movie? Was it Will Smith was in with the concussions and different things like that? What do you think the NFL and maybe even the world could do better when it comes to maybe the mental health aspect of the game?
I feel like players know, football is a game where you know what you sign up for.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? You got to prepare your body for the hits you're going to take. You got to prepare your body, mentally for the criticism you're going to take, because criticism is a part of the game. Somebody's going to probably be talking about you on TV, or somebody going to be talking about a play you made or a play you didn't make, and that's all a part of the mental aspect of the game. Physically, you're going to take a beating. You got to lift weights, recover, have people to take care of you, because you're going to be going to war, getting hit, getting picked up, doing the hit. So I feel like life is meant to be lived in 3 phases: mental, physical, and spiritual. So being a football player, you got to just make sure you facilitate those 3 phases. Mentally, if whatever your goals are. If you got therapy, a therapist, someone you could talk to about your dreams and where you at, where you want to be, the direction you need to take. Physically, you just surround yourself with the best trainers, the best people that could take care of you physically to make sure you could do your job at the highest level you want to do it. And spiritually, you got to have a connection with God in regards of all the trauma that come with even dealing with it as a player. So for me, I was always able to keep the right people around me in that regards and understanding that the NFL is a business. You know what I'm saying? In any business, you know what business like, you know, it could change today because they got someone who could do the job better than you. So for me, I never took it personal. I took it as a grain of salt. I took it as an opportunity. I took it as a chance to show my talent on the national stage and put on a great body of work, you know, and that's my walk, my tape. You know what I mean? The tape tell a story. That's my walking, talking, breathing resume. So for me, I always was aware of who I am, first off, and I was always aware of what I came in the NFL to do. That's why I was able to leave off the field the way I left. You know, most guys limp off. My goal always was to walk off the field on my own too. So I've been able to just, you know, deal with adversity, overcome adversity, and use the adversity to preeminate the position I wanted to be in. And I've been able to, you know, thank God I've been able to put myself in those positions, because being a football player, your life is scripted by teams and your life is scripted by organizations. You know, that's not, you know, that's a job. You know what I'm saying? That's not my life, you know,
Yeah.
but people can make a life from their job. You know what I mean?
How'd you deal with that? Like as a young man, you know, feeling like the scripting and almost being like lorded over, or like somebody telling you, show up here, do this, say this, and do that. Like, how did you deal with that and process that? Was it not
They pay you
overwhelming?
millions.
Yeah.
They pay you millions to deal with it. I mean, it's not nothing you deal with. It's a job. I just feel like anytime you got a job that got its own news station, it got its own, you know, its own football is on everybody household 6 days a week.
Yeah.
So when you talked about this most, you get in that much scrutiny, man, it's the biggest sports game in the world. So for me, I mean, I enjoyed it. I embraced it. I excelled in it. I wouldn't change nothing about it. I mean, I came from Liberty Cities, these areas right here that made me tough, that made me equipped of, you know, sticks and stones could break your bones, words would never hurt you. You know, those type of stuff I used to hear as a kid. You know, my mama grew up right here in Liberty City. You know, it was the times that she couldn't even go to South Beach. They wouldn't even let her in jumbos because it was a whole different time. So for me, I was just grateful to, you know, to pave my life through football and being able to change my position on my family in regards of being a great player. You know, football is not all bad. You know, football could help you change your life. You know, football could help you get a mansion. You know, football could help you get a Rolls Royce. You know, so it is some intangibles was playing, and it is some negatives was playing. You know, lucky I was able to come out on the positive end of those sides.
Did you ever think you'd see the day where the college football players are now getting compensated millions of dollars?
I mean, they should.
1,000%.
They should have been have. I'm just grateful that it's a time now where they, you know, where they are getting, and that's a good thing.
1,000%. I feel bad though for players that were penalized for taking some form of compensation in college, and now you look back, it's almost like the people that are in jail, you know what I mean, for like marijuana, and you know what I mean, and marijuana is legalized pretty much throughout the entire nation. It's like, you look at it, it's like, man, that's like stupidity. Like, how do we, like, I feel bad, like those people should have like some type of reprimandment, like some type of payback or something like that. I think about that. But what about for your future, man? What's the next 5 years look like? What's the plans? What's the goals?
I mean, life should just be lived, man. The purpose of life is to serve God. I feel like when people look at football players, people just see you as a god. Like, you can't get hurt. You on my fantasy team, and I watch you so long, do so much. And that's amazing. But at the end of the day, you know, football players are human. You know, we got families, you know what I'm saying? We got lives that's,
Bleed
you
the
know,
same blood.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And it's like, we got lives that just go outside of football. You know, it just, you know what I'm saying? I used to wake up and dream and live and sleep football, you know what I'm saying? But that's just a small part of my life. And, you know, life's so much bigger than just playing football. You know what I'm saying? We got kids that we want to be examples for. You know, we got real estate. I mean, I do rap. I'm an artist. I make music. So it's a lot more phase to, you know, us as humans in regards of just one form of facet of just playing football. You know, I feel like fans love it, and that's what they see us as. In regards to I'm always be a football player, but that's just small part of what I did, in my life. It's a lot more other things.
Is it ever still surreal to you thinking back to Liberty City when like you're looking around and it's just like nothing compared to where you're at now? And now you do like you've done like collabs when it comes to the music industry with like Kanye.
Yeah.
Probably I think Justin Bieber. Like you've done like, bro, the biggest of the world. I was telling my boys in the insurance industry, one of my boys, his name's Mario, he crushes it. And I was telling him, bro, AB is like, he ain't a football player. Yeah. Like he's more than that. He's a marketing genius. He's a brand builder. He's like almost like the Kanye of football. I'm not even trying to like hype you like that because we're on a podcast, but like I look at it because it's like, dude, I'm trying to be that in the insurance space and bring that like creativity. Like, did you ever think you would go from Liberty City to you making music with Kanye?
Yeah, you gotta believe it. And life is all about your mental vision. And you know what I'm saying, having a vision. You know what I'm saying? They call it like manifesting.
Yes.
No matter where you come from, it's about where you're going. Yes. And that's the power of the mind. You can mentally, you know what I'm saying, manifest yourself in some situations. And I've been grateful to have a lot of great friends, a celebrity of people who may be in high positions because of their names. But, those people are, you know what I'm saying, are bigger people outside of, you know what I'm saying, their talent and their creative. Kanye
They're
West.
Human too.
Yeah, exactly. Kanye West just not only a genius in music, he's a people person and one of my closest friends who was there when I walked off the field. You know what I mean? And that's what life's about, you know what I'm saying? Remembering those friends who there in your darkest times because, those are people who are really there for you. Yeah. And I'm grateful that God blessed me with great friends such as Jay and some other people. You know what I'm saying? That's what life's about. Relationships worth more than money.
Yeah.
So it's all about having good people in your corner.
You can't buy love. You can't buy real. You know what I mean?
No, I wish I can.
Yeah, yeah, bro. Man, so, as we wrap up, I feel like I sped through this. You know what I mean? But as we wrap up, is there anything else you want to talk on before I ask some other questions? A couple questions I always ask.
Whatever you want, brother.
Do you have a favorite movie? I always like to know if people got a favorite movie.
My favorite movie is when the girl take her clothes off with the camera. It's called movie theaters.
Let's go. And then you got a favorite place to eat?
I usually go to Houston's a lot. Houston's like one of my favorite spots.
Is that in Miami?
It's here in Miami.
Let's go.
Right in North Miami, right? One in Lauderdale too.
Let's go, bro. This was incredible. Phenomenal podcast. You're a phenomenal speaker.
Honor,
your creativity, everything on and off the field, bro. I got a lot of respect. I never
Thank
thought
you, bro.
I wouldn't say I never thought I'd be here. I knew I would be here. You know what I mean?
You gotta will yourself in that position.
I knew I would eventually.
You thought about it, right?
Yeah. I remember being a young man, bro, and like coming from like food stamps and food bank lines in Greensburg, and like to here now, like we've come a long way. And like I knew deep down something was gonna pop. I just didn't know how. And God made a way,
bro.
You know what I mean? So I appreciate you. Thank you, AB.
Respect, bro.
Yes, sir. Respect.